Alright, welcome to the Dreamweaver tutorials. This is Dreamweaver CC, and the workspace looks a little bit different from what we're probably used to, so we're going to go around and change that stuff. But to begin with, go File, New, and choose a HTML5 document and press Create. Up the top, pretty much the same as it always is Split View, Code View, and Design View. So Code View being the one where you just see the code, Split View where you see both, Design where you just see design. One thing that they've done straight away is they've taken away the properties pane, which normally sits down here where we do a lot of modification to various things. So what we're going to do is go straight up here to Window and then check the properties option here like this. So you get this dock, and then what you can do is drag it down to the very bottom until you see the little blue lines pop up, and then release, and that'll dock it to the bottom of the screen. Now we're going to have a bit of a play with HTML, so you get a bit of a feel for it. So we're going to go to Split View, and we're going to just put in a word. We're going to write hi, and you'll notice that when you do that in your design view, it goes in between these two tags here. So a tag is something that has one of these open bracket, close bracket on either side. That makes it a tag, and you'll notice there's the HTML tag, and you can see the link. They get highlighted green, so that's the first tag, and that's the tag being closed. So everything in between these two tags is considered part of the HTML code. And so whenever we put anything on our page, so to speak, it goes between the body tags. The head tags are for properties and things, so when we change font types and all that, it'll go in between the head tags. We'll see that a bit later. Anyway, so hi, this is my first website. You can see it popping up in there, so great. What we want to do now is also shove a link in. You can put a link on anything, whether it's an image or text, but if you want to link something, all you do is double click whatever you want to link. So I'm going to make website, this word right here, a link, and I go down to the word link down here in the properties pane, and I'm going to link it to the Google homepage. So if I just open up Google, copy the URL up here, go back, paste it, you'll notice there's the link here in the design view. You can see it's underlined to blue because that's the default link settings, but down here you'll see it's added in a tag for us. So a href means it is a hyperlink, and then it gives you the hyperlink here. So that's going to take us to google.com.au, and that is linking to the word website there. That's how you can tell. Now if we wanted to modify this, we could do it in code view. So instead of taking it to Google, we could change it to take us to YouTube, and that would obviously modify it. And now of course we want to see if it works, so you're going to have to save your page. So I'm just going to go File, Save. So normally I'd get you to save it to a specific folder, and you'd have to specify where your folder would be. But for the sake of this first tutorial where we're just playing around with stuff, don't worry too much. I'm just going to save it to the desktop. So if we want to preview it, we can go down here to this inbuilt preview in browser, but sometimes the links won't work to external sites like YouTube. So what the best thing you can do is, after you've saved it, is just open it up. So it'll be on your desktop. I'm going to double click on it. It opens up in a web browser, and you can see it here. And then just try out your link, and it takes us to YouTube. Easy. Alright, so that's, as you can see, our first little link. Normally when we make pages, we'll have links linking between our internal pages. So we'll make one site and it'll have multiple pages, and then you'll link it between your pages. We'll do that a little bit later. The next thing we're going to have a look at is CSS. So what we're going to do is change our page style. So if you go down to page properties, we have some different properties here. So we can change our appearance of our font. So I'm going to choose this one here. You'll notice that you don't just pick one font, you pick multiple fonts, and that is because different fonts will appear slightly different in a different browser. So like Firefox will look different from Chrome or Internet Explorer or whatever, or Edge as they call it now. Anyway, so I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to make our standard font size a little bit larger than normal, and hit apply. It's actually a bit smaller than normal, so I'm going to make that a bit bigger. Okay, now you can see we have some CSS rules that have been put in here. So if we click into, you'll see head, and in between head, we have the font settings that have been placed in there for us. So you'll notice under head, we go down to style, and then the type of style that we're using, you can press enter to space things out. It won't change anything. I'm just doing it to help you see what's going on. You can see that we've got the body which is the main body text, and the style is the one we selected, all these different fonts, and then the font size is 14. And once again, just like we did before, if we wanted to, we could modify it in the page properties option, or we can do it in our code. Maybe we want to make it bigger, we'll go size 18 and hit refresh, and you can see it changes it there. So either way works. Right, so let's add a little bit to our code. Maybe we want all of our text to be in the middle. So we're going to write in our code manually text align, and then we can choose what we want. So I'm going to go with center, and then put a semicolon in. And if we refresh it, you'll see that it centers all of our text and everything else that comes underneath it. Alternatively, we can go down to page properties and hit CSS, and you can see the center option has been chosen for us as well. Now, before we finish up, I'm just going to show you guys a couple more panels. So over on the right hand side of the screen here, we'll have a few different panels. So when you start building a site, you'll have multiple files like videos and pictures and that. That'll all be sitting in here, and you can see how I've set this up with some other stuff that I've been working on. I'll show you how to do this in a bit. We have Css Designer, which is where we can make custom rules. So these CSS rules that we have here, you can customize your own rules and change things like table size and all kinds of more advanced things, which we'll look at in a later tutorial as well. Alright, good work, we're done. You can move on to the next tutorial.